Hi, everybody. Today I'm going to speak about working from compassion and love and working from fear. My whole life I've worked from fear. All my decisions were made based by fear. Because for me, growing up without parents, life was about survival. And although I was a very loving person, it's difficult because when you're a loving person, people do try and take advantage. It's the human nature. And that eventually keeps building up on your fear. So you are constantly, you're constantly trying to give love, but people are trying to take advantage. So you go back into your shell, and it's a vicious cycle. It keeps going on and on like that. So then eventually, what happens is all your decisions are based on fear. And what I've observed in the last 35 years, every decision that's made due to fear, it eventually fails. Because either the fear would eventually go away, or you've outgrown the fear, some bigger fear will come in, or whatever it may be. I'm at a place right now where I've decided to work only with love and compassion. Now, that doesn't mean I let people walk all over me. I'm at a place where I can let that child, that happy child, inner child of me, go for what it wants, and at the same time my mind, knows how to deal with egotistical people who will try and take advantage of your kindness and your love. So I don't let people walk all over me. I do set everybody straight in a diplomatic, polite manner, but I've managed to not harden myself, not to become hard, not to become ego-based, ego-driven. Everything is done with love, and these videos are also made through love and compassion, because I had two options when I got divorced 8 years ago. One was loads of things start coming my way, positive things. And one was to forget completely about my past, the hardship, or the tough times, and start off fresh and leave all the pain behind and move forward with my life. And I did that for 4 years. And I financially I did quite well. Emotionally, I was blocked, but psychologically I was very happy. But internally, I was in pain, and that's the truth. I would go to work, spend a whole day at work, come home, either if the kids were with me, cook a quick meal or take them out for dinner, come home and go to sleep. And as soon as I would go to sleep, go to bed, tears would come into my eyes, and I would be teary and I would feel sad, and I couldn't understand why that was. Why? And I used to ask myself, why do I feel like this? And there was no answer. I just couldn't put my finger on. I understand it now, and I'm dealing with it. I've dealt with majority of it, but there are still parts of me that I need to deal with. And all of that, it's all the pain and suffering that we all go through. It's not only me. Life is as such. If you have a life, you will go through pain. It's inevitable. But it's how we deal with them. Most of us, we block it out and we get on with it. But you know what? It affects us subconsciously. The decisions we make are, unfortunately, end up based on not feeling that pain again, how to avoid that pain. So we're always trying to go around pain. But if we embrace pain, if we embrace the pain we've been through or that was given to us, and we learn it and we observe it and we see why and how it happened, what have I learned from it, you walk through the pain, not around it. So next time when you're faced with similar situation, you can again walk through it, not around it, and nobody's able to harm you. And that way your mind, and your ego is not, again, it's not working with fear, because you've walked through the fear, and your mind knows, oh, hang on a minute, I can do this. So next time that happens, you might as well like trying to run away from it, because we do have something called the fight and flight mode. So you have to know how the mind works, okay? So when the mind sees that we're threatened either physically or emotionally, we use something called the flight or fight mode in psychology. So we'll either, if we see a lion, the body will get the stress hormones up and we're ready to run, okay? And in general terms, nowadays we don't have such situation, but we have emotional fight and flight. So when we see something that will affect us emotionally, we are either ready to run, or we either run or we react in a negative way, which is through arguments or fighting, or we'll run. Most of the time in today's generation, we fight. We argue about situations. And that is to protect our own ego and our own defense mechanism, okay? Our own emotional well-being. A lot of people, and this is where emotional intelligence come in, okay? If you understand yourself, and you know what it is that you fear, what are your likes, what are your dislikes, what can you handle, what you cannot handle. Most of us end up taking more than what we can handle. And then what happens is we get depressed, we get angry, we get frustrated, and we take it on our partner or the family or situation. And society teaches us to do that, okay? And if we say, oh, actually, hang on a minute, I can't deal with this. This is not for me. I know myself. I cannot handle this much baggage or this much, this much responsibility. Because at the end of the day, I am only a human being and I'm an individual with my own emotional needs and barriers and defaults and effects and whatever, okay? Now, so what society would do then is say, oh, you're selfish. No, you're not selfish. Look after yourself and your emotional well-being is your number one priority. So, and if you say to somebody, I cannot take this on because it is too much for me, and as painful as it is to let go, okay, in the long run, it is better for you. Anyway, so that was about, it was just something that's been playing on my mind, and I've been thinking about it, and so my next video, actually, today's video was going to be about dyspraxia and dyslexia and how it affected me growing up and how it still affects me, but how I've managed to accept it and embrace it. But that will be my next video. Hope this was beneficial. Have a lovely day, and I love you all very much, and take care. Love you. Take care. Bye.